this is Caly. Thanks so much for joining me here on the Simon Says Stamp YouTube channel. I'm creating a card today using this fun new rainbow card die, and as you can see here, there is a rainbow cutout that cuts out all of the pieces and components of the rainbow, but there's also a rainbow shaped card base. I've chosen a few Simon Says Stamp cardstock colors here that I'm going to go ahead and die cut off camera to get those bands and clouds. And so for this card base here, I've die cut in white and I'm just going to score that in half. And one thing I want to note is that this rainbow card base is not perfectly symmetrical. So when you go to lay all of those bands and clouds back onto that card base, just make sure that you're adhering it to the right side of the card base. So I learned here pretty quickly as I was laying it all out and making sure that I could get everything to fit on this card base on the right side. I quickly realized that there was no way I was going to be able to adhere it all down without something being off kilter. So I went ahead and reintroduced that die, and I'm going to use it as a template to kind of put everything back together right where it belongs and make sure that I get the perfect rainbow to put back onto that rainbow shaped card base. So I'm laying each of those rainbow bands in place and then holding it down with my fingers. And once I have all of those bands in place, I'm just going to use a piece of Scotch desk tape and just tape those in place. You can use washi tape, you can use anything you want to hold them together. I am just using what I have on hand, and it doesn't matter what you use because it'll be hidden anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and inlay those clouds and tape those down as well. And when you flip it over, you'll see that you have the perfect rainbow with everything in its place exactly where it should go. So now I'm just going to glue this directly to my card base, knowing that it's on the right side of the card base. And it's going to be pretty flat. So I decided for the clouds, I would die cut 2 extra pieces and give this card a little bit of dimension. I'm using glossy accents right now. Any clear adhesive or even dry matte adhesive will work. And then I'm adding Lawn Fawn chunky glitter just to give those clouds some sparkle and shine. And then I'm going to set those aside. It only takes a few minutes to dry. So while I'm cleaning up and putting the glitter away, it'll be perfect, and I can go ahead and add foam adhesive to the clouds and then adhere those glittered clouds right on top of the clouds that were first inlay in that original rainbow. Now for the sentiment, I'm going to be using the Reverse Sentiments Thinking of You. I've already cut one panel into strips. There's lots of positive sentiments here, so I am choosing the You Make My Heart Happy sentiment. I thought that would be good for this rainbow card. So I'll go ahead and trim off the sides. And then to mask off that white paper core, I'm using a Memento Tuxedo Black marker. You can use a black Copic marker if you have it, or whatever black marker you have on hand, and just clean off the edges. Now I'm adding foam adhesive, and then I'm going to attach that to my card right over that rainbow. And then that really finishes my first card. You'll see here in a little bit that it perfectly fits inside an A2 envelope for sending. So it's just a quick little happy meal for anybody. And once I was done with this card, I thought, man, that was way too easy. So I decided to make my daughter wait because she's sitting across from me, waiting for me to make a card with her using that same die. So I decided I was going to make a second card really quick just to show you that you don't have to use this card base and just use that rainbow to make a fun card. Now I'm using the Layering Rainbow Stencil, and I'm just going to use these fun clouds. And I'm ink blending some Tumbled Glass Distress Oxide ink to decorate the back panel for my rainbow card setting. So I'm just going to ink blend here with my large jumbo dauber. I really like this tool, and it's my tool of choice for ink blending. So I'm just going to do a light blend in the background. And as you saw there, I had the stencil centered, but now I'm going to shift it all the way to the right and then butt it up to the right side just to stagger those patterns a little bit, and then line it up to the left side and do the same thing. Okay, so once that panel's done, I'm going to set that aside and clean up, and then make that second rainbow by inlaying it once more into that rainbow die. Again, this helps line everything up perfectly, and I'm just using some Scotch desk tape to adhere those pieces together before flipping it over to get that final rainbow look. There is a sun die in this die set, so I am going to die cut using an orange and a yellow and then trading the pieces to give it some more dimension and interest. So I've adhered this together once more with some Scotch adhesive, and then I'm going to adhere that to the corner of my card just there behind that rainbow. And that just makes the card a little bit more fun. And now, before adhering those pieces, I am going to trim down this cloud stenciled background. I put some adhesive on this sun, so I'm going to go ahead and attach it down to this stenciled background here, and then I'm going to attach my rainbow using some foam adhesive because I wanted to give it some more dimension. So I've done that off camera. Now I'm just lining it up on my mat there using the grid marks as a guide, and then I'm going to do the same thing with those clouds. I wanted some extra dimension and a little bit more sparkle. I went ahead and added that Lawn Fawn chunky glitter to those clouds off camera, and now I am just adhering them over some foam adhesive over the original clouds again to give everything a bit more interest and sparkle. Alright, so the final step is to add another sentiment strip. So I've selected another one of the sentiments from the reverse sentiments thinking of you, sending positive thoughts. So I've trimmed that down and I've attached it with foam adhesive and then attached the entire thing to a card base. And that'll finish my second card for today. I hope you enjoyed these cards. They are really super fun and easy to put together and make for really quick, cute cards. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for stopping by today, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Bye, everyone.